So I've got Joe Norris from Get Your Tips Out. And today's video is about, is the Grand National now easier to win or harder to win than what it was 20 years ago?
So without a shadow of a doubt, it's easier to win now. Now, this is going to spark a lot of debate touching on this because, you know, if you love horse racing, you want the Grand National to be one of the toughest races to win, because that is why it's one of the best races to watch. But on the other side, we still care for the horses. We don't want, you know, something had to change with the race. I completely agree with that, because there was too many fallers and there was too many horses dying in the Grand National. You know, there's no sugarcoating it. That's what was happening. They had to step in, because otherwise the race would probably no longer exist with the, you know, all these protesters and stuff happening. But for me, it's gone too far that way now. I think, you know, they've reduced the fences so much so that you're getting horses that are making mistakes, you know, all the way around and still managing to complete the course. I feel like they've gone a bit too far to you know, you look at the stats on horses that have died in the race in recent years, and it's so low now. Like, they've done a great job with changing it, but they've got to be careful that they don't go too far and lose the prestigiousness, you know, of the race. But yeah, I don't know what your thoughts are on it.
I think, yeah, I mean, on the stats with regards to the amount of fallers and stuff, I don't want to see any fallers, by the way,
No.
zero fallers, ideally in a race. But with regards to it being the most competitive and hardest course to get around, there used to be anything from 11 to 15 type of fallers, and now it's more like 3 to 5.
Yeah.
I'd say 4 or 5 on average. So it does seem to be taking that toughness of getting around to complete the race. I would say, when you talk about is it easier to win the race, I'd say actually there's a debate to say it's harder than ever to win the race, because there's better quality horses now being entered in the race, like Gold Cup type horses and higher official rating classes of horses entering. But it's much easier to complete the circuit and complete the race than it used to be now.
Yeah.
Whether it's easier to win it, I'd say that's a great debate. I'd love all the watchers, leave a comment in the section. Let me know whether you think it's easier to win. It's definitely, I think we both agree, and I think everyone would agree, and the statistics don't lie, it's much easier now to complete the course. But do you think it's easier to win the race? Leave a comment in the comment section. I think that's a tricky one. Would you say no? Because I might have worded it quietly wrong. Do you think it's easy? Still think it's easier to win the race, or just to complete the circuit?
Well, obviously they've compressed the weights a lot more now than they used to. So
Yeah.
You've got a point that you're getting a better quality of horse lining up in the race.
Yeah.
So I agree with that, but I'm still certain it's easier to win the race. Yeah.
Interesting. Let us know what your thoughts are with regards to whether you think it's easier now than it was 20 years ago to win the Grand National.